A warm welcome to our viewers in Nigeria and around the world. My name is Habida Lawal and you're watching Progress Diary. This program gives you updates on continuous efforts by the governing All Progressives Congress to deliver the dividends of democracy to Nigerians. Let's tell you that the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, has said the e-membership registration of the party will serve as a basis of reference for any member of the party seeking appointment at any level or desiring to contest an election. He disclosed this in Abuja at the opening ceremony of the e-membership registration Train the Trainer workshop. The national chairman said the e-membership registration, the process of digitalizing the party, has commenced. The e-membership registration of the party is to have an idea of the total number of members in the party, their geographical spread, and demographic divisions.
I specifically promised to initiate new programs and practices and policies that will further strengthen our party and enhance our status as truly a grassroots progressive political party. Such programs and policies include, among others, to revive our party offices at the ward, local government and state levels to be functionally throughout the year without necessarily waiting until during campaigns, elections. To establish the Progressive Institute in order to facilitate the training of party members, promote the ideal of good governance, as well as to institutionalize progressive ideology. We are gathered here by the grace of God in fulfillment and accomplishment of our promise to start the process of digitalizing the membership of our great party.
The APC government's investment in digital infrastructure is already a testament to our commitment to ensuring that people, regardless of their location, can be connected and engaged. This is also complemented by the investment in digital literacy, which is aimed at equipping our citizens, young and old, with the skills needed to thrive in today's digital age. The establishment of this platform today and the investment on training people that will take it to every part of our country clearly highlight the party's dedication to inclusivity and a recognition of the diversity that is the essence of our beloved country.
The 36 state women leaders of the All Progressives Congress, including the Federal Capital Territory, have passed a vote of confidence on the party's national woman leader, Mary Alile Idele. This endorsement was given during a solidarity visit by the 37 women leaders to Alile Idele at the APC National Secretariat in Abuja. This also comes after some women protesters were at the APC headquarters in Abuja to demand the resignation of the national woman leader, accusing her of negligence and personal pursuit of interest.
I thank you for the vote of confidence that you have passed on me. And who else is best to pass the vote of confidence if not for you? So, and you have done it, and I appreciate you. And I must tell you that together, we will hold our hands together and we will work together.
Hello and welcome to the interview segment of Progress Diary. Today I'll be talking with the Deputy National Organizing Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Chidi, Duru. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Now it's my pleasure to be with you this afternoon.
Now we are still basking in the 1-year anniversary of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Would you say your assessment so far has it been worthwhile for the party?
Well, I mean, in terms of the party, I would like to stay from our perspective. It's been a learning curve and a lot of experience have been garnered over the last 1 year that he transitioned, or the government of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu transitioned into government. Mistakes have been made, but there are also the highs that we are worthy of celebration. But on account of that, what is even more important in my view, is that he had always made the point from day one that he came prepared and that Nigerians should give him time and we should not sympathize with him because it was a job he coveted, he asked for, and strategically positioned himself to take over. So in the last 1 year, it's been mixed bag, depending on where or the perspective you are looking at it. But what is important is at the end of the day, Nigerians and this government and this party will always acknowledge where we're doing well and to do it better. And where there have been some mistakes, we'll take immediate steps to address those mistakes.
On the party level, there have been, would I say, complaints or some dissenting voice due to appointments made by the administration so far. It's 1 year and swiftly we'll be looking forward to 2027. What will be your own comment about this matter?
The reason why people get into politics and into party politics more like is for a number of reasons. There are those who would like to contribute their quota, who would like to bring their resources, their talent and their ability to contribute to party development and nation building. There are also those who, in addition to that, will also expect what the party, and if the party wins, what the party in government will also do for them. So I would like to think that the question you've asked is in relation to the latter, those who expect that being members of the party, those who have worked hard for the party, have contributed in one way or the other to ensure that the government in Nigeria is formed by our party, will have the natural expectation of being appointed into one board or one agency and one department of government, and that had not happened to some of them. But the good news is that only very recently we have seen a plethora of appointments that have been done by this government in a number of these ministries, in a number of the departments and agencies of government, and yet more are still coming. And we are confident that in another few months from now, a number of those areas where there are vacancies would have been filled not just by party members, but also party members that have the requisite skills to contribute to the development of those agencies and departments of the government. Because I believe that what we now need more than any other time is to find people with the requisite skills that can help to uplift areas where they are appointed, and not just basically just marking time and being in those agencies for the purpose of being in those agencies. So whilst we can understand why government have taken its own time in making those appointments, it's also very important that we match it again against the fact that we do not need to have vacuum in leadership positions in some of these agencies, because oversight responsibilities of the board or commissions are very critical, as well as the operational needs in those agencies and in those departments.
Now, a lot of people have also mentioned the fact that those that are benefiting, that's the second leg of my the question you just answered, are people that are not members of the party. It's also difficult to explain the philosophy of national position to them, where you have people that are not necessarily members of your party, but also have some sort of ties or affiliations with your party. You have ministers that are not members of the party, but are currently occupying positions. How would you break this down?
I belong to that school of thought that once party politics is over, governance take over. Yes, that argument could also be moderated by those who make the point that, again, in party politics, people like me are also professionals. So if we are truly looking for professionals, you can always find them within the party. And then you can find it in the ranks of members of the party to appoint them in areas where you need professionals. But beyond that, overaching and overriding that is the concept that governance begins when party politics ends. And the trust will always be to find people that have the requisite skills to make their contribution in such a way that would uplift in any area they are appointed, whether it is in the ministry, whether it is in the agency or department of government. So I'm not one of those that will always say that, look, it must be made by members who are APC, because of course, governance is all about Nigeria. It's not just about APC members. It's all about the entire spectrum of Nigerians who expect better government, better delivery, dividends of democracy for the people of this country. So wherever a government can find those who can make that contribution, my personal disposition will always be to find them and then appoint them and give them the charge and the responsibility to deliver based on the mandate that is given to them. However, it is also very important that where we can find a member of the party that have same skills and can deliver, that the government in power should also have as a first right of refusal to those members of the political party, our party, the APC, that can make such a contribution. But we must not be sequestrated or under the cocoon that because we're a party in government, then appointment must only be to members of APC, to be given the charge and responsibilities to populate all the available positions in government, or whether in the ministries or department or agencies of government. Openings must be made for those who can contribute there for that. I'm personally happy that the window of opportunity have been opened for those who necessarily are not politicians, quote unquote, but those who are technical and who are competent, who are professionals, and have been given the mandate to make such contribution. But that again is my personal view.
I'll shift a little bit to your region, where many believe that the APC is not does not have strong footing. We've seen the party birthed from 2013, 2015 election, 2019 election, and of course the 2023 election of last year. What is your opinion about this? Do you think APC has a strong footing in the southeast, or there's room for more improvement?
Like in every sector, in any part of the country, there's always room for improvement. Our party could do better, even where we have 50% or 70% of the voting strength in a particular region, and that also includes the southeast. But if we may go back in time to history, arguments have been made that the southeast have not been part of APC is not founded on facts. One of the key personalities, one of the key groupings that came into the formation of APC was also led from the southeast. You have the governor then of Imo State, His Excellency Rochas Owele Okorocha, who was a member of the forming group of the party, and then other leaders from the southeast who were members of the party. And then it was a government in power in Imo State. And now, more than ever before, we have out of the 5 states in the southeast, we have the government, we have the party in government in Imo State, we have our party in government in Ebonyi State, and the party have done reasonably well in Abia State, in Anambra State, and have some incursion in Enugu State. And I believe that with this trend and the level of acceptance of the party, not only in the 2 states that the party is in commanding heights, but in the other 3 states that the party is beginning to show flickerings of support, that we'll begin to see some measure of acceptance in those states. In the next 1 year from now, we'll be going to the polls in Anambra State, and we believe that the margins of the party, the success of the party will better enhance in Anambra State and begin to show some measure of acceptance of the party in the southeast. So to an extent, and the question and the answer to it is that we believe that in any part of the sector of the Nigerian area, that the party can always continue to improve. And we believe that we make such improvement in the southeast as well as in other parts of the country.
Oftentimes we have seen some sort of, I call it a supremacy battle between leaders in the southeast with regards to holding the mantle or steering the mantle of leadership in that region. It has also led to maybe handing over of suspension to some members. I think Ms. Ginika Tor some months back was suspended in our own side, and different supremacy battle come to play for APC in that axis, and it's a very the politics of the Southeast is also it's not something that is applicable to other region as well. Each region has its own speciality and uniqueness. Do you think the APC leaders are united in the Southeast?
I think that tendency is not restricted or limited to leadership contests in the Southeast. It cuts across board and is also not restricted or limited within the framework of APC as a political party. And it is on that account that people like us will always advocate that we must understand the very essence of what democracy means. Democracy, in a sense, is the ability for people to express their views, to allow contending views to flourish within the ambit of a political environment. So the fact that I disagree with you, or the fact that I have alternative view to your view, does not mean that we cannot coexist within the framework of a political party. But the trend that we see now, where it is expected that our views must coincide and our views must be the same, is not healthy in a democratic environment and does not allow visioning, does not allow consensus building, and does not allow for democracy to flourish. You talked about Ginika, well-respected member of the party. She's worked hard for APC. She had always been one of those who have been out there championing and talking about APC, where others would not venture to do the same. And to venture to consider even of suspending her, in my view, suggests that we're stifling opposing views within the framework of the party. And it's not just in Enugu State, it's happened elsewhere, in Osun State, in Lagos State, in Kaduna, in Kano, and all of that. So it's now a call on the party at the national level, and I've done that at the national level when things like this do come up, that the national level will take a position that, look, we must allow contending views to flourish in every part of the country. And you'll find that those usual views, those dissenting views, or those attitudes that are being done at the state level are restricted at the state level. Once it comes to the national level, we'll take a holistic decision that we must allow democracy to flourish. And it is something that we must be clear about, that democracy allows for contending views, and we cannot blot out differing views, even if we are members of the same political party.
Now, there's also this notion that some members of the APC in the Southeast are APC members in Abuja, and back home, they align with whatever views that seem safe for them. Do you share in this opinion?
I don't know. And if we do find that, then of course, within the framework of the constitution of the party, appropriate measure will be taken to arrest such a decision. It is either you belong to a political party or you are not a member of the political party. If you want to be a politician in Abuja in a different political platform, in APC, and then you are different when you go to your state level, then of course it reflects on the character and the quality of the person concerned. And where such is found, the party will be in a position to take such appropriate measure. And again, it calls again to the fact that as we continue to develop in a democratic process, and as we mature in this process, it now becomes very possible for us to begin to isolate the chaff, okay, from the wheat, from the grains, and ensuring that only people of means, only people of integrity, only people who believe in the manifesto ideology of a political party are indeed actual members of the party. And it is in that sense that we only yesterday, as you know, we innovated what we call the e-registration, so that we can be sure of the strength of our party membership across the length and breadth of Nigeria. So if we speak of membership in, say, Lagos State of 50,000 members, we can speak of those members. And then when we speak of those members, we are sure that these members, come rain, come shine, are members of the political party. It does not make sense to have 1 million members or 5 million members. When they are called to duty, you do not find them. And I believe this will help us in helping to streamline those concerns that you've raised. But wherever those concerns have been raised and it's found to be legitimate, the party at every point in time have taken a responsible decision to ensure that those do not happen.
Now, lastly, sir, the party in 5 months' time will be going to the polls in Edo and, of course, Ondo election. How have you been able to unite warring members, especially those that believe that, of course, we'll definitely have one winner at the end of every primary election conduct? How does the APC hope to bring together these people to work for the party to achieve victory?
In a general sense, I will speak to both states, and by just making the comment that immediately after the primaries in Edo and Ondo states, there were a few dissenting voices that were raised, and one or two decided to ventilate their views before the law court. And shortly after that, triggering the internal mechanism of internal resolution and conflict resolution, you would agree with me that in both states, the people that went to court withdrew their cases, to allow for unfettered, robust discussion on how their views and what they are demanding could be met. And that was addressed. In Edo State, all the party members are working together. We don't have any differences of opinion. Of the 16 candidates, 12 candidates that bought their forms, all of them are now in the same boat, working with the candidate of the party who is flying our flag. And I speak for Edo in particular because it's a state that we believe, under the leadership of Senator Adam Oshimole, who, as you know, had been the chairman of, at one time, chairman of our party. He was a former governor 2 times in Edo State, very popular. He also won the senatorial seat in Edo State when people didn't think it was possible, and he's still a household name in Edo State. People know him for what he represents, what he was able to do in the state, and people are looking up to him. And under his leadership, that APC will have a good showing in Edo State, and we are counting that it is possible for us to win Edo State. Now down to Ondo State, where we believe we're at home. It is traditionally an APC state in the last many years, and we're now going to another election. We have an incumbent who is a governor in that state, and is also a zone that the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria came for. The politics of Ondo and the politics of Ekiti are usually contiguous. And as you know, Ondo and Ekiti, at some point in time, we are one state, and we are home in Ekiti. And we can see a gravitation of the forces coming together to ensure that we retain Ondo State. And I believe that the next 5 months, September and November, we will bring another state within the progressive belt of our party platform, one addition to that, which will make us very happy, and then to continue to extend the frontiers of what we can offer the people of Nigeria.
A very fine place to leave it, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We've been speaking with the Deputy National Organizing Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Chidi, Duru. Stay with Progress Diary. We'll be right back. And that is all on Progress Diary this week. Always keep a date with us as we track developments in the APC under the leadership of Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. Thank you for watching. I am Habida Lawal. See you next week.